very much. Namaste. Over to you, Ashwin.
Okay, thank you so much, Anand, and Happy New Year to all of you. Let me just quickly introduce my wife, Deepa. And we had a chance to share some ideas earlier with a few of you. I'm just going to repeat some of it, and some of the questions which came up from that time frame. We had tried to address it on, and we penciled down a few slides on a PowerPoint. We'll share that with you and then make it quick. So give me a minute. So quick thoughts. We thought as Garje Marathi team, if we want to get involved with entrepreneurship, what would be our purpose? Our purpose at a higher level can be something to say that yes, as people from Marathi community, we have seen this question come up every so often: as how do you overcome the Marathi mindset when it comes to entrepreneurship towards leadership? We want to see if we can switch the narrative and turn it into a question that how can others learn from our way of doing leadership. So if we can achieve that, I think that helps us proceed in a positive way across all the different portfolio of capabilities we're thinking of. And in doing so, the idea would be once we establish what is our goal we are working towards. Oops, it hasn't. Okay, so I think now it has switched. So we'll share the slide with you later, but very quickly, we want to see how we set up our goals. And once we set up the goals, the path to meet up to those goals are not going to be in a straight line. So we will have to make some trade-offs, we'll have to set up some milestones, and we would like to work with all of you to establish it. So that's our innovation sandbox. Like, what can we work within? What are the constraints, and how do we make that path happen for us? Now, one of the questions that comes up is, why are we even making this effort? Like, what is the reason for it? And we talked about the pride it takes to make this happen. And beyond that, the question becomes, how do you even participate in this process? So we laid out a few ideas where we can either make an impact or learn from others. Again, these are ideas we had to put in initially. As a team, we can establish them further. One of the areas I feel all of you can help out the Garje Marathi team is try and see what kind of alliances we can form to build a portfolio of capabilities. Just to give an example, we already have people like Sudhir Kadam, who has an incubation team, and potentially we can provide our capabilities in bringing in talent to his forefront. And likewise, Ajit Zawkar has established a good 2 or 3 sessions. So these are examples of where we can build alliances outside of our organization and leverage capabilities, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. I know Anand is already in discussion with institutions like ICICI Bank, and later on he might be able to elaborate more on it. But these are the type of alliances which will help us take us to the next level. And in doing so, then the question becomes, like, for all of us as well as for everybody who's getting involved, they're going to put their time in. So it's a fair question as to what's in it for them. And if I look at what we feel is in for us and for all of you as well, potentially, is, of course, the pride in being part of this organization. But beyond that, we can also see potential financial gains for people who want to invest in companies that are going to be started through Garje Marathi, be part of it in various ways, either in operations, execution, or any other method. And more importantly, just from a personal experience, I had a chance to participate in one of the cohorts that was run by Anand and team recently. There's a tremendous amount of learning that comes in from peers, like other mentors who I interacted with, but more importantly, also from the groups that we were mentoring. We get to learn a lot from them. So that's a very unique value proposition I think we are providing as Garje Marathi. And then, of course, networking. Today, I'm looking at people from all over the world across different time zones, and this can only increase more as we have a vision of getting more than 20,000 members. So with that, I am going to take a quick pause, see if anybody has questions, or otherwise turn it back to Anand.